Hey, 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 how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. We are live once again. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me. It is my pleasure to welcome you. And yeah, we'll have another stream of fun, you could say. But yeah, welcome back to the stream, everyone. How are we all doing? Let's get the screen on. Ready to go. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. I think we're long on the 1 hour. I think it is. Are we long on the 1 hour? We are indeed. We've got discipline and focus as first. Well, thank you for being first, my good friend. Thank you for being first. We'll just wait for people to jump in, but please do make sure before you do anything else, you drop a like. And if you happen to be new, please do subscribe. Good afternoon from Ukraine. Oh, okay. Very interesting. What part of Ukraine are you in, Discipline? What part of Ukraine are you in, my good friend? Well, big thank you for joining all the way from Ukraine. We've got the S&P 500 absolutely tearing it up, and you just wouldn't believe it, would you? But it is just on an emphatic run. I mean, look at that. We are now back to where the price nearly sold off. We're approaching them levels, and we're not too far away from the all-time high. We are just 3.5% away from all-time high. Would you believe it? You just wouldn't believe it, would you? But yes, we are indeed. Incredible V reversal from the S&P. I mean, if we look at it on the weekly chart, it's unbelievable, isn't it? It kind of looks like the COVID crash. That's exactly what it looks like. It is just a straight up V. And that's exactly what we're getting again. But yeah, still long and strong on Stonksy, still green. But we are coming into a key bit of price area here on 6K. We'll have a look at that. We've got Mike, best TA across the pond. Hello, Mikey boy. How we doing? Mike, it's great to see you back in the streams regularly. We've got Andre saying good morning from Jamaica. Good morning to you, Andre. Big thank you for joining. And welcome to the stream all the way from Jamaica. Please do, if you are new to the stream, drop a like and subscribe. And if you happen to be watching over on X, please do make sure you are following the Stonksy page and hop over to the YouTube channel and drop us a subscribe on there as well. Let's go for... Oh, you're in Blackpool today, Crypto Bro. Okay, interesting. Interesting, you're in Blackpool. Are you at the beach riding the donkeys or something? What are you doing? You're having a donkey ride across the beach, mate? You're playing on the arcades? Yes, Mikey boy. Wiz, how are we doing, Wiz? Oh, great to see you. Wiz, what you up to, mate? Do you want to come on stream? Let me know. Let me know what you're up to if you fancy coming on stream, Wiz. If you just want to jump on as voice as well, you can. Glad to see you still at it, mate. We're still live every single day. I know, obviously, I think you said that you just had a busy time, didn't you? But Mike, during that whole time that you wasn't here, mate, we're still live every single day. Pleasure Beach, surely. Do you know what? If I had to do anything at Blackpool, it would be the Sandcastle water park. I really like it there. Mainly because I don't like normal roller coasters. I prefer water over height. So, yeah. If I had to choose one, it would be choosing the water slides over ones that go high and fast. But yeah, Crypto Bro, what you doing there, mate? Are you having a donkey ride? You're fighting off the gypsies and servicing boilers. Very nice, mate. Well, enjoy that. Enjoy that. But yeah, Wiz, if you want to come on stream, mate, let me know. You're more than welcome to jump on. And yeah, if you just want to jump on with your voice, obviously without all the full shebang, you're more than welcome to. Oh, Crypto. I was going to invite Crypto Bro onto stream then, but I don't know if that's the best idea. If he's servicing boilers, we might be getting some questionable noise in the background and stuff. But yeah, big thank you to everyone that's joined today. And of course, please do smash the like and subscribe. And if you're watching over on X, big thank you for tuning in. But please do make sure you're following the X page. So click over, give us a follow, and head over to the YouTube and drop us a subscribe on there. It is much appreciated. But we are just continually grinding higher on the S&P 500. We're back up nearly 5% gain from this Stonksy indication. Let's go and have a look at what the Mag 7's doing pre-market. So we've got Nvidia up at 136. We've got Apple up at 211. So, well, nearly 212. Not too much of a big gain on Apple. So what is the main mover? We've got Microsoft kind of level. What's the main mover? Not much. Tesla up a couple of points and Google up massively. Well, you say massively, quote unquote, but Google really now retracing that dump. Pretty much all done now on Google for retracing the dump. We can see that. We see it better on. Hang on. What are we looking at here? Where was... Oh, yeah, it was here, wasn't it? Yeah. So we fully retraced that dump on Google now. There it is. So, yeah, we came up there yesterday. So that's fully retraced. But we are back above that now. So, yeah, big push up on Google over recent days. But, yeah, please do make sure you drop a like, subscribe. And we'll kick it off by heading into the world of Bitcoin and alts. And can anyone guess what I'm drinking on stream today? I'll give you a clue. It's a soft drink. Don't come at me with a beer or something. Crypto Nate B says, did we scope XRP yet? Not yet, mate. We've only just started the stream, so you're in luck. We can take a look at XRP, but yet again, obviously, what we covered yesterday is that we are just trapped within this range on Bitcoin again. So, like previously, when we started just chopping around here, obviously went up here and then came back down. But particularly in this bit here, just, you know, we just created a range, didn't we, in here? For nearly around a week or so. It's exactly what we've done here now for the past week. It's just create a range in here. So here's your support. Here's your resistance. Have fun ping-ponging it until one breaks. Are we going to break it today? We'll have to wait and see. Might we break it next week? I would like to think so, because then obviously we don't get any extended boring PA consolidation. But pretty much we're waiting for a break and hold above 105, or we're waiting for a break below kind of that 101 600 region-ish. Until we get one of them, we're trapped in here, and you can just trade it as Stonksy is doing. If you don't know, this indicator on the screen at the moment is called Stonksy. And you can get full access to Stonksy Indicator, Discord server, and the trading bots for 20% off today. Second link in the description. And put the discount code in at checkout. So second link in the description take you to the website. Click start now, which will take you to this page, and it's the monthly option that you want. Click the monthly button here. Put code BOT20, so that's BOT20, in at checkout when you click this button to create your account and sign up. And that'll take it down to £116 for your first month. So come and give us a go. Come and give it a try. And of course, with it being a monthly plan, it is just a monthly rolling plan. There is no contract. So come and give it a go, and you will most certainly want to stay. What have we got? What have we got? Hope people held on to Google. Also, CoreWeave. Got to be Dr. Pepper. You know what? Close. I tell you what. Dr. Pepper Zero is my favourite drink at the moment, but it's not. I've ran out of it. I need to go and get some more. But it's not that today. But Dr. Pepper Zero at the moment is my favourite drink, Crypto Bro. The weather's banging. Mate, the weather has just been unreal, hasn't it? Anyway, in general. The weather's just been unreal in general. But yeah, today it's a scorcher. And over the weekend, it's going to be nice too. But yeah, there is the 20% off. Code BOT20. And Save with Crypto is in the chat saying there's some news at 1:30. Yeah, there is a Michigan Consumer Index thing. It is. Oh no, that's what? What's at 1:30? That looks like it's at. Hang on. Oh no, that's at 2. Yeah, we do have bits of news. They're not. We've got 2 medium, which is the orange. Nothing red folder. So there's nothing too much. Although maybe import price index might be a key piece of data now. I'm not sure, given the tariffs. I don't know. But in terms of red, we obviously have the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index at 2 o'clock. But yeah, some more bits of US data coming in 13 minutes too. But yeah, please do make sure you drop a like on the stream and subscribe. We are at 10 likes with 24 viewers, so not a bad effort so far. But please do take a second to scroll down, hit that like button, and of course, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button too. But let's move over to ETH. So ETH, what are we getting? Got a nice push up on Stonksy since going green earlier today. We obviously caught a nice downside move as well in the red yesterday. But overall, we are back in the green, I think, are we? Oh, that's the daily chart. Yeah, we're back in the green, nice in profit. So we got this obviously huge run up from ETH when Stonksy went green here, caught the move up. Then we did close this green background, went into the red for a few hours, came out of that, back into the green, and we are up a little bit from that entry. So that was 2536-ish. So we are slightly up again from that, just over 2.5%, which is very nice. But yeah, ETH again is, you know, another one that's it's kind of just leveling off now, isn't it, after its big push? I think that was about a 40% push in the end. So are we potentially going to see just sideways from ETH as it cools down a bit before its next move? So, you know, maybe a bit of chop. Who knows? Maybe we get something like that. Maybe not that artistic, of course, but, you know. Is Bitcoin printing a W pattern? Says Sean. A W pattern. On the what time frame? On what time frame? I tell you what is for those people that love the patterns. You know, speaking of patterns, let me just get rid of some of these. Let me get rid of some of these. For those of you that do like the patterns, are we going to get kind of like a cup and... Hang on, that's poorly drawn. You know, a bit of like a cup and handle. For those people that do like the patterns, are we maybe going to get a cup and handle pattern where we maybe just trade downwards in a channel now? You know, if we start trading downwards in a channel, there might be the cup and handle pattern. But we have had just pretty much just one big rounded move, haven't we? So that stuck out to me straight away then, now that you'd mentioned pattern, Sean. But what time frame are you looking at for this W? Maybe the hourly, maybe? Are you thinking? Let me know in the chat, mate, and we'll take a look what time frame you're looking at. But yeah, maybe we have a cup and handle pattern brewing on the daily. But if you let me know what time frame, mate, we'll definitely analyze this W. Let me know as well. Get your comments in. What do you think's happening with the market? Let me know your thoughts on Bitcoin, ETH, any altcoins, whatever it may be. Get your thoughts in the chat, and we'll take a look. Just getting a quick drink, and then we will carry on. We will get back to business. But yeah, if you want me to look at anything specific, let me know in the chat. Oh, pardon me. And no one has guessed my drink of choice yet, by the way. No one has guessed my drink of choice. Virtuals. Yeah, we can have a look at virtuals, mate. What's the ticker? What's the ticker? Let's see. Is it just virtual? Is that it? Virtual. Virtuals. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Nice movement on Stonksy for sure. Caught the big pump up, drop down, second leg-ish. Oh wow, okay. I'm interested to see a different... I'm interested to see a different chart to see if we've got any more data on it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I've actually looked at this previously. Well, that TA went out the window, didn't it? Its price just melted through that range. However, obviously, if you did happen to buy the retest of here, then it's worked out very nice for you, hasn't it? Obviously, price expanded up very quickly. I mean, that was a very quick 10x, wasn't it, from November into January? Very quick 10x, then sold off just as quick. But we came back, and obviously you can see the retest here of here. And has done, what, like a 5x or something so far? Oops. But yeah, steady as she goes. I mean, you can see why price has halted where it has. Because we have came into here. You can see this consolidation here where price sold off, and then we had consolidation here, which then led to the second sell-off. So price entered supply in this zone here. So here was supply, and as you can see, that's why price is currently finding it difficult to get above. So we have a very clear place where virtuals needs to regain. It needs to break above this zone here. So say, you know, comfortably claim 220. And then above 220, it kind of looks good for definitely a push towards $3, I would say. Maybe even higher if momentum is there. But I would say above 220. And you're potentially looking at another like 35% rally as a minimum. I'd probably be looking at. I'd definitely be looking for a push into $3. So yeah, I'd be waiting for that claim of 220 though to kind of clear this zone and obviously flip local resistance to support. But that's what I'd be looking at. Afternoon, Matty. How we doing? Great to see you, mate. Always curious about HOT. We'll have a look at HOT. What does it mean when a coin is moving to L2? What's moving to a layer 2? If it's moving to a layer 2, it means that it'll just be, I'm guessing it'll just be native to that layer 2. So, for instance, like when something launches on base is a layer 2 in it. So, base will be its native network. So whatever it is that's moving to a layer 2, what layer 2 is it that it's moving to? But it just means that it will be migrated and hosted on whatever layer 2 it is. So base, Arbitrum, whatever. But thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Pepe. Okay, I'll have a look at Pepe. We'll have a look at HOT first, though, from Matty. Let's see. HOT. What have we got on HOT? So, yeah, nice captures by Stonksy. As you can see where the rally began. Here. We got a superb run up. Then we had some chopping, but another nice push up here. Caught the last leg up perfectly here. I mean, that was a fast move, wasn't it? That was like a 30-40% move. Caught the drop down here. But then we've kind of just been, it looks like it's just been chopping around. But we are back green. So let's see if we get that push back up. you can kind of see here is where price is finding local resistance here. Let's have a look on the daily. Nice push up from the bottom. When did we last look at hot? I don't know. I don't know when we last looked at hot. But it came into whatever zone this is I've drawn, which seemingly I'm guessing is a key zone. Solid push up from the bottom for sure. But you can see why price sold off from here. Here's your origin of the last leg down. That's where price pinned off right there. So yeah, you got local resistance here where all these daily tops are in. So you need to break above that and then head on to fill this wick in. But we'll see what Stonksy says for that. We are currently... Oh, so that was the 5-minute chart I was looking at before. This is the hour. So yeah, the hourly just caught it absolutely perfectly, didn't it? So the hourly went green here and came out of it here. So that was a 27% gain on Stonksy from that. And then we did shift into the red. And currently down 6%. So perfect little ping pong from Stonksy there, catching the pump up and then getting out and then shorting it. So far with a 6% gain. So superb movement. And do remember, you can get Stonksy for 20% off today. Second link in the description. Take you to the website. Click the monthly option to create your account and give us your trading view details and stuff like that so we can give you access. But do remember to put BOT20, so that's BOT20, in the checkout box to receive 20% off your first month. You get access to everything, the indicator Discord server and the trading bots on a monthly rolling plan. So do take advantage of that today. But there is hot. Just going to grab another little quick drink. What have we got? What have we got? Pepe. We'll look at Pepe next. Abdelito. If I said your name right. SMFC, how we doing? You've not missed much so far, mate. We've just been running through some alts and stuff like that. You've not missed much so far. We've just been enjoying running through alts, seeing what's looking good. But yeah, do make sure to get trades like this, catching one move and then straight to the other. You do sign up to Stonksy and take advantage of that discount code today. Let's go and take a look at... What was the next one? It was Pepe, wasn't it? Let's go take a look at Pepe. So again, another example of Stonksy just absolutely nailing it. I mean, that turned out to be a 70% gain. 70% gain. And then we are just chopping around a bit now. So after such a gain like this, you'll see this on a lot of coins. You just need to be a bit careful of the chop because the chop can be really, really brutal. But yeah, Pepe looking really nice on the hourly. Stonksy catching all the move up. And on the daily, obviously that is a cracking move up, isn't it? I think you can see price entered here again, where price consolidated for a bit, and then that's where supply came in, bang. So this is a bit of an interesting region for Pepe to clear, but if we can clear that, I would probably be looking for a run to there. So I think if we carry on with momentum to the upside, I think, you know, definitely clear this zone. Potentially we start heading towards this point here, which from where we clear that zone would be kind of a 25% gain, obviously more from down here from where we are now. But I think that's what I'd be looking at. Okay, Stonksy may be opening a red background. Now remember, We obviously need the candle to close there to get a red background, but yeah, we've still got Bitcoin chopping around, haven't we? So we'll see what happens. Crypto Rover said this morning about a double bottom pattern on Bitcoin into a W. Let's go and see on the weekly. So something like this. I don't. That's all I can think of. I don't know. Something like that, or double bottom on the weekly into, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you wouldn't be surprised, would you? When we traded it, obviously all in this range for 8 months. We're 5 months into this range now. We're 5 months into this range, which I think a lot of people forget, because I don't know, does anyone else feel like this? So I feel like time is going extremely quickly, especially this year. Like, if we cast our minds back to last year, this range felt just absolutely abhorrent. I don't know why I chose that word when I can't say it. It felt absolutely disgusting, this range, didn't it? It was just non-stop chop, just slowly grinding down. But this went on for 8 months, and it just felt like it never ended. Where this has gone on for 5 months so far, but it doesn't feel like that. I feel like it feels less because of the volatility we've had. Obviously, this was just really slow, wasn't it? Just slow grinding down. Where obviously we chopped around here, and then, you know, Trump came in and then kind of just had a really aggressive sell-off, and then hung around, and then a really aggressive pump. So it doesn't feel as boring as this. But we are 5 months into this range. So more than halfway into what we was here, but this just felt like an absolute, grind. When this hasn't, I don't think this has felt the same, but, we're approaching half a year inside this range. So I do think that's something that is worth covering, just how long we've actually spent trading around these levels. But we'll look at, we got Tantana. What's the scope on Link? We'll have a look at Link. I forgot to look at XRP. We'll look at that too. We'll look at that. How is Stonksy on gold? We'll have a look at that as well, Paul. Let's cover. I'll just play catch up now. So someone asked me for XRP at the start of the stream, and I forgot. So we obviously came out of this. We covered it. Did we cover it? I can't remember if we covered this yesterday or not. So we did end up closing this on Stonksy for a just shy of 14% gain. It obviously did go higher, up to 20, but really nice gain there. And then we are now into the red on Stonksy for currently what is a 2% gain. So, profit is profit, but we have gone obviously down where Bitcoin dragged the market back up, didn't it, throughout early today. But we did go as low as 4 or 5%, but still in a nice tidy profit on that short on the 1 hour. So Stonksy's been absolutely nailing it. And for those of you that maybe this is your first time watching or haven't, Stonksy absolutely just nailed this move across all alts on this big push that we got, especially on Bitcoin as well throughout the time it's been rallying. But, especially them, that 1 to 2 weeks from the start of Mayish when alts really started to pop off, Stonksy was just absolutely nailing it. But if we look at XRP as a whole, as you can see, it got it from all the way down there as well, all the way up. But XRP as a whole, obviously this $2 region is key on the high time frame. So held that, didn't it? So that was key. And then I would say kind of here is really key. So you've got what I would treat as kind of the range high around this 262. Obviously, we have extended up, which is why I've put the box, because I think you could extend it as well if you wanted to. But I would kind of treat this as like the range high of the current range with the extensions, but particularly then extensions, you know, maybe like daily wicks or whatever, up towards, say, 275 as like the exhaustion bit. Because as you can see, price just deviated, come up here, sold back off, a 1 day up, 1 day down. Most of the price action has been within this $2 to $2.60-ish region. And as you can see on the daily, fired in, bang, bang, into the black line and then into the overextension region and then just sold off. So let me just get rid of these. Yeah, I think higher time frame, obviously closing a daily close above this 260 region, but then crucially kind of escaping this supply zone here, which would be like a solid flip of like 275 on the daily to then start heading back towards the highs is what I'd be looking for. So for now, obviously it's stuck in here, but a solid escape, obviously a close above 262 is a start, but then really closing above 275 and holding them, starting to grind higher on the low time frame would be the next step, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, for now, obviously Stonksy is red and catching a nice short on it. So we'll see what happens throughout the time that it's in here and if it ends up going back green and we start pushing back up or what. What have we got? So we'll look at Link for Tantana and then we'll look at gold for you, Paul. Afternoon, Gonksy, how we doing? And Shib, we've got James asking for Shib. Yeah, we can look at Shib, mate, for sure. Dave, I'm ready now if you want some magic, short and sweet. Yeah, mate, I tell you what, I'll fire you a little invite over. Where are you? I've just seen you, I think. What's this? Where? There you are. There you go, mate. No worries, Nate. Big thank you for joining. And to those of you, let's see, how many likes are we on? So we're at 13 likes, so that's a 50% like ratio. Please do take a second to drop a like on the stream. It does help me out massively. So yeah, please do take a second, scroll down, drop a like. And of course, if you're new, do subscribe. So Link for Tantana. So Link is really nice around these levels still that I grew out ages ago. I wish I'd have traded these levels, you know. I must confess I didn't, because I was more focused on Bitcoin. But Link especially has just been really respectful of my levels. So obviously the area to hold to the downside is this kind of 1550 region upon any downside action. But you can see here the action around this $17.50-ish is really key. So pretty easy, to be honest, on Link. We just need to flip this. Flip kind of 1750 to support and then trade it up to 1950-ish, 1930, whatever, into this region here where price found resistance. You know, into kind of this zone here, anywhere into here would be then obviously the next liquidity source above these wicks and then into daily resistance. If you flip that into support, then it really does open up the opportunity to trade into the mid-20s again. But for now, hold here on any tests and then obviously scale that. But again, another example for you guys who maybe don't know what Stonksy is, or this is your first time viewing. Nice short caught there. Then obviously the big push up, and then we have been in a short, closed out, and then in another one at the moment. So yeah, really nice price action on Stonksy. And obviously that's just on a 1 hour. Something that we like to look at a lot is the 5-minute double confirmations and the 5-minute and the 6-minute double confirmations. We can run through that shortly too. So yeah, there's that. Right, we'll cover gold next for you, Paul. Hopefully he's still around. And I think you'll like what you see, mate, for sure. No worries, Nate. Where is TMG? Where is he? I have no idea, mate. I have no idea. Why? But, so this is the hourly on gold. If I can scale it back as long as you want, but you can see. Caught a great short here. Then obviously we dipped it in and out. So you get this a bit on the consolidation periods, but caught a great long here. Again, another sideways one that would have came out around break even. Caught a great pump here. Caught the correction perfectly. Back into the green here. Obviously just caught the mega face melting move from, 3,100-ish all the way up to all-time high, which is just, if you catch a move like that on gold, that is incredible, isn't it? And then obviously we've been chopping about, a little bit of chop here, short caught there, push back up on the long side, obviously back into the short, into the red here, which is again another, for something like gold, to catch that big of a move on gold, all the way to the bottom is 5%. But, anywhere with a couple of percent on gold is a good move to capture, isn't it? And then we have been into a green for a few hours, which closed just above, just in profit there. And then back into the red here, which is currently in profit as well. So, you look at all that. So that's going back to kind of mid to late February time. And overall, if you would have traded every single one of these, you would have escaped with big profit because, you get a couple of sideways ones or ones that close for, a slight loss or whatever. But you're catching some monster moves on gold there. One monster move, 2, 3, 4 big move. And then a few little pumps and drops there. And then obviously this one was a sizable drop too. So, yeah, superb movement on gold. And then for the low time frame, it's good as well. So, if you're looking to scalp, hello, Wizzo.
Hello, Dave. How are we?
Hello, welcome, the Wizard of Alt.
Oh, I'm on a bad mic. 1 second.
Paul Gravson says, probably need to get Stonksy. Yes, mate. Yes. It would be great to welcome you to the Stonksy family, mate. So do remember, Paul, you can get 20% off. So second link in the description to take you to the website. The discount code is also in the description too. And I think is it pinned? Yeah, it's pinned in the chat too. But yeah, it's this one that you want. So you can obviously choose to sign up. There is a discount code for the annual as well if you want that. You can get 10% off that. But for the monthly one, bot 20. It's also at the top of the website. You can't miss it, bot 20 there. So you click this button and this goes for anyone else. And you'll go to create your Stonksy website account. And then upon checkout, you'll obviously put your discount code in to get you 20% off your first month. But also you'll give us your TradingView username to give you indicator access. And your Discord username to give you access to the Discord server. And then, obviously, you'll begin your monthly plan, which will be great. But you can try it for 20% off. So, Paul, it'd be great to see you over there, mate. Hope you join. And anyone else that's watching, do come over. But yes, Wiz, my good friend, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm super. I'm smashing, yes. Cannot complain.
Oh, nice. Yes. Been a bit of a mad week. Obviously, it's my first week back after 2 away, so a lot of catching up to do.
Mate, you lived the life, you.
It was all right, wasn't it? It was, it was hot. I think that was sort of my key takeaway is the Middle East is obscenely hot. It was, it was pretty aggressively hot.
So that obviously, I personally have never been. But after being there, do you think you could live in a place like Dubai, or do you think just like actually just too hot?
I think probably at a different time of year. You know what? I left thinking I wouldn't live in Dubai. Like if I went out that way, I'd live in Abu Dhabi more than Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah, the traffic is horrendous. I think the traffic in Dubai is the traffic in Dubai is probably the worst traffic I've encountered.
Oh wow! And why is that?
Just everyone just gets a taxi everywhere, and there's one road. There's like one road. That goes
Isn't it
through the
incredible?
middle.
All that money building a city from the ground up, and they didn't plan for it to become populated.
Yeah, it's mental, and the cars are massive. Like no one drives around in small cars. Everyone drives around in like American style trucks. So think like Cadillac Escalades, Yukons, those sort of massive cars. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, as Crypto Bro says, that we got onto a road that was gridlocked and it had 9 lanes in each direction.
Oh. Honestly, it's my worst nightmare. That the one thing I hate, one of the biggest things I hate in life is queuing. So whether that be queuing in person or in traffic, I absolutely hate it. There's nothing worse that I hate of just being stood still or sat still and you can't do anything about it. I hate it.
Yeah,
so, that's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, and everything's just sort of. Yeah, Dubai was a bit mental, but then I don't know if it's sort of I was a little bit because my mate lives there. But Abu Dhabi was really nice, like as a place. I remember sort of saying in the chat to you and Justin how good it was as a place. Did Ferrari World, that was fun. Cycled the Formula One track.
Very nice, mate.
It was a bit hot to be cycling the Formula One track even at night. It was like, I think it was 32 degrees.
Oh, wow.
It was 32 degrees at 8:30 in the evening, which was a bit aggressive. But yeah, and then the pump started.
So how far away is Abu Dhabi from Dubai?
It's about an hour's drive.
Oh, so it's not far then, is it?
But it's not far. No. It's about an hour's drive.
Right. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I've never been, but is it like as well populated, or is it more quiet?
It's a bit quieter. There's a lot more Emiratis there.
Is it kind of what Crypto Bro says? He says Dubai is where chavs go. You go to Abu Dhabi is you have class.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think there's a bit of a rivalry. I think Abu Dhabi, is a little bit more refined. Obviously, it's a little bit sort of stricter on the other side, as Crypto Pro says, a lot cleaner. And the Abu Dhabi is far wealthier than Dubai is. It's just a lot more understated.
So are these in different regions?
So the way it works, Dave, is so the United Arab Emirates is made up of 7 different kingdoms.
Yeah.
All of which have their own ruling families. Abu Dhabi, you have Dubai. You've got a place called Sharjah, which is north of Dubai, which is quite amusing. When I was with my friend, he said, listen out, there's a road called the E11 that goes from Dubai to Sharjah, and sort of all sort of the Indians and the Bangladeshis, etc., use it to go to work. And in a 20-minute car journey, there was 3 radio bulletins about 3 different accidents on the E11.
Wow.
It's just chaos. It's just like always. He just said it's always gridlocked. What else have you got? You've got Ras Al Khaimah, which is apparently a really nice place to go on holiday. It's dubbed sort of the Maldives of the Middle East. There is Fujairah, which is where they export all of the oil onto ships. And then I want to say that the other one is Al Ain, which is like in the middle of the desert, but it's where the ruling families were from.
Oh, right, okay. It's interesting. I didn't really know that because I've never really looked into the Middle East because I've never been. So, but yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I suppose there's a completely different route to going living in Abu Dhabi than Dubai, maybe, because obviously Dubai is fairly easy, isn't it? You just pay to get the citizenship and have some
I don't
or whatever.
I don't think it's too different with Abu Dhabi.
Right.
To be honest. But yeah, Abu Dhabi was nice. The downtown. I stayed in downtown. Again, really hot, but everything was around that you needed. The beach was really nice. The beaches there are pretty good, Dave, because obviously because there's no crime. It's a weird feeling going into the sea on a beach and not having to worry about your stuff getting nicked.
Yeah, you just leave everything lying around, don't you?
Just leave everything.
I've seen so many of them videos, obviously primarily ones made in Dubai, of people just leaving phones, watches, the car.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
There's a
I've had
famous
to get
one.
used to it.
So
I've had to get used to coming back.
Yeah, you know Yanni from Yanamars? No, it's the guy who did Pimp My Ride, I think. I'm sure he was.
Okay, yeah. I've seen Pimp My Rides.
I'm sure he was Pimp My Ride guy. I don't know anyway, but he's fairly big. But he's on about moving. Anyway, blah blah blah. But he's on about moving to Dubai or somewhere else. And someone in this YouTube video that he did on specifically Dubai, one of his friends living over there, he had like a Ferrari, or I can't remember what car it was, and he left the keys on the dash. He left like 3 phones in there and his watch. Went inside for like 2 hours, come back out, and obviously everything's still there because, for something over here where, you'd get a slap on the wrist or whatever, there you'd be getting like 10 years or something, wouldn't you? And it's, they're obviously not as nice conditions probably as over here where you get treated like you're in a hotel or something.
You get taken out to the desert and dumped. But I'm having to get used to it because one of sort of the ways. So if you're in a bar, for example, and you go to the loo, you just sort of leave your you just leave your wallet and phone on there as a way to sort of show that someone's there. Which I imagine if you did that in the UK, I don't think there'd be a whole lot to come back to.
Oh, there'd be nothing. You probably wouldn't even be able to walk to the toilet. Not go in the toilet, just actually walk there. Walk straight back, and it would probably be gone by that time. Never mind actually going in the toilet and to even attempt that in London would be bad. And then I could imagine London's probably the worst place for it now.
Yeah,
you'd imagine.
And obviously
you can't even walk around London with a watch or anything now, can you? An expensive watch or your phone out because of the moped guys.
Exactly, and go to the wrong parts of Liverpool as well, and it can be a bit dicey.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, this stream's interesting. Obviously, primarily, I'm fascinated because I've never been and stuff like that. So, would you consider moving to Abu Dhabi, or are you kind of just a person who's like, nah, it's kind of not the life for me, but it's nice for a holiday?
Potentially so. I think the thing is, I think there's other places, to be fair, that I think would be nice to live in. It's just the heat. It's a place you could probably only spend like 6 months of the year there. I don't know how people live there year round.
Yeah.
Because that's just it's just fairly unpleasant from a heat perspective.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of nice, isn't it? Because we are so like starved of it. Obviously not at the moment, the past 2 weeks has been glorious and it looks like there's going to be another 2 weeks of it. But, typically we are starved of any sort of sunshine or heat. So it's kind of nice to get in it, but kind of like, when you go on holiday for 2 weeks and then come the end of it, you're like, I can't wait to get home. I suppose it's kind of a similar feeling because even though, it's clean and safe and stuff like that, I would always personally just have the fear I'm going to do something wrong. Like, you know, just
Yeah,
one drunken mistake or whatever, and then bang, you know, you're done for, aren't you?
yeah. Well, all the bars, more so in Abu Dhabi, it's in hotels, so you
Right.
don't really see sort of like bars out on the street. It's in hotels, so
Yeah.
you go into these hotels, and it's sort of always at the back. So you've sort of you'll go in and you'll go down sort of an obscure corridor, and there'll be bars and stuff inside the
Right.
hotels, and I think
Yeah.
they do it that way. So that
So you just go up to your
if
room.
you have, yeah, or if you've had enough, that they can just put you in a taxi outside the front. There's
Yeah.
always taxis waiting outside the front of hotels, and I think that's probably one of the main reasons.
Yeah. And what's it like price wise? How much was it for a pint?
You know what? I was expecting it to be like extortionate. Obviously, the first week was quite nice because you don't pay for anything. So
Yeah.
when you go there, sort of for a crypto event, it's free bars and whatnot, and whatnot. In terms of, so it wasn't that bad. It was less than that. It was about sort of, it varied, but it was about between sort of £5 and £8 a pint.
Right.
Which I didn't
Which
think
is
was
fairly
that
good, isn't it?
unreasonable.
Really? Yeah, I think that for a country where, you know, alcohol's typically illegal in it, unless you're in these bars. I don't think you're able to drink in your house or anything, are you? Or I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's a bit nuts. Like, so I believe you have to have it differs in different parts of the
A
Emirates,
license or something.
but you have to. I think, yeah, but if you buy it from the shops, if you have one of those licenses, it's really, really cheap.
Yeah.
But when you land at Dubai, they have a duty-free after baggage reclaim.
Right.
So I think
Okay.
everyone just goes there, like because you can
Yeah.
access it even if you're not flying. So I
Yeah.
think there's people that if they run out and they're tourists, they just go to that duty-free at the airport, buy whatever they need. So I bought a bottle of gin when we landed. So Spud and I were drinking gin and tonics.
Oh, very nice.
But yeah, the most expensive pint I bought was when I was flying back. I bought a pint in Abu Dhabi airport, and it cost me about 13 quid.
Oof. Yeah, that's getting on the pricey side, isn't it?
But I paid with my Bitcoin card, so I sort of negate.
Yeah, you get a bit back.
Yeah, it was Bitcoin that I bought at 70k ish, so it felt, boy math, felt like that's free.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, yeah, at least it's at least it's offset a little bit. But yeah, it's fascinating. It is fascinating. I do think it's such an interesting topic, especially if you've not been. And obviously, you know, for everyone here who has never been to maybe even a crypto event or, you know, Token 2049.
Yeah,
it's interesting to hear about it.
I recommend it. I remember. So probably the best thing about it is that it allows you to see a side of Dubai that if you went by yourself, you'd have to pay thousands of dollars for.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, it's quite fun when you go across, because obviously in TMG's contingent, you're well looked after.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a quite nice party at BitUnex that we went to on this Aura rooftop sky pool. That was a really good one. But yeah, I think Crypto Bro had a fantastic time as well. He was loving it, and it's a good. Yeah, on the Tuesday we went to Swissborg for an event for KOLs, and it was basically a who's who of anyone in crypto. So you had just in this room, there's probably only about, I want to say about 70 people in there or so, but you had everyone from obviously TMG, you had Kyle Schass, you had everyone from Swissborg, you had quite a few other big KOLs. I think Crypto showed his face. Yeah, what a guy he is. We were chatting to him outside Token 2049.
Yeah.
And his van pulled up, and he just went and he's got this Sprinter van, and the the traffic was horrendous. And the Sprinter van basically just pulled up, and as it was driving along the road, the door electronically flipped open. There were just 2 seats in the back that were pretty much max reclined. He just jumped in it as it was rolling, and just this driver drove off with him.
What a legend! That's actually really funny.
Yeah, someone was telling me there's a loo in that van as well.
Well, I suppose if you sat in traffic for ages,
it's probably quite useful.
Yeah, you might not want to use a bottle and get it all over your nice floor. So
exactly,
it probably is quite useful. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, really, really good. I think it's interesting though. I think when you go there and you meet the people, you realise that there's quite a few people in crypto that aren't particularly smart. That was my big takeaway. Is you had people essentially sort of like saying, like there was this guy who was pitching me this like hotel booking app, and I was like, oh nice. So if you had much experience in the hotel industry, and he was like, worked at Travelodge. And I went on his LinkedIn, and he was pretty much like behind the desk at a Travelodge, competing with Booking.com, etc. So I mean, it makes you realise that there's quite a few sort of underqualified people because the thing is, if you have a product and you put a crypto element behind it, you can then raise it. You can raise at a much more liquid rate, but also you're raising a valuation that's potentially 10 times what you would normally.
At least.
Yeah, exactly.
But you couldn't go on to Dragon's Den with something like that.
No, exactly.
But you suddenly have a token, and it's like, oh, yeah, okay. Obviously, in the traditional world, you just wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, it was a bit nuts at the actual event though, because we went on it was rammed inside, and we went to the outdoor bit to get some to see some of the outdoor stalls and get some lunch, and it was 44 degrees middle of the day, and I was basically just hiding in front of these massive outdoor air conditioning units. It was pretty
oh wow,
it was pretty toasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then obviously had a nice pump towards the end of the Abu Dhabi holiday. I wasn't really trading, but I had a couple of my positions open from the tariff dump that I've been accumulating. So took some nice profits. Pretty much paid more than the holiday, which was always quite a nice thing to do. And then back to it, and it's been a really good week. Not so much on crypto, but my stock portfolio is looking very, very, very healthy this week. And Coinbase has taken a pummeling, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's taken a pummeling, but it's still up massively. I mean, from Tuesday there, it closed Tuesday at 206, and then obviously got listed on the S&P, so it's still up. I mean, even just from Tuesday's close up to pre-market where it is now, it's still up 20% this week, 21%.
It's a scary gap that to fill, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
so you look at that range.
Yeah, it's up at 250 pre-market. So it still had a good week, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it took a big thing, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem really like a terrible thing, some people's 1% of people's data has been stolen.
It is what it is. Like, you've got M&S that's pretty much had I think it's more the cost associated. So I think they were saying so all the fines, etc., and damages will go up to about 400 million.
Yeah. So they'll be done by whoever it is, won't they? That obviously punish companies for that type of thing, or to reimburse people, because people's data's out there now, in the hands of obviously wrong-uns.
That's what I mean. It's
where they live, the dates of births, all the private information. So they're gonna have to reimburse them a handy sum, probably. Which is why I said yesterday, take mine if you want. Give me some money. That's fine.
Exactly.
You can have my data.
Exactly. So you've got about a $400 million loss that they're going to have to put on the books somewhere. However, obviously they're having quite a good run at it. But
I mean, they missed earnings, didn't they, by a little bit on Q1. They came in just, I mean, look, it was only what's that? 40 million under oh well, minus 36.9, there it is. So yeah, but at the end of the day, it's probably the most solid company in the whole of crypto, and it minus, if you're looking at regulated ones anyway, obviously minus Binance and all the others, they're not.
Miners doing very well though. I know that was something we'd spoken about, and I know I put a lot of the tickers in the Discord.
Yeah. I mean, look at Bitdeer is up nearly 100, well, pretty much 100% from the lows.
What was the other one? Iron is the one that I really like.
Yeah, Mara,
really nicely.
Rio, Riot, Rio, Riot's up nicely as well. But I mean, Bitdeer is the one that really moves violently for anyone interested in Bitcoin mining stocks. This thing moves very volatile. And then obviously, you've got MSTR just plugging away up. Where is it? Pre-market 401, so it's been up as high as 430. But again, as we discussed earlier this week, this region is the key region for MSTR to clear. Obviously, it had this kind of blow off, didn't it? Come back down, but as you can see, the price action in here is where sells stopped it from going higher. So it kind of clears 440, and then potentially, there's not really anything stopping it filling in this gap. Which then we know what will happen with that. Saylor will inevitably raise more money because MSTR is at a higher value. And then he'll send Bitcoin higher, which will send MSTR higher, which is still just crazy, I think, personally. But it is what it is, yeah. Just got to play the game, haven't you? But yeah, obviously ETH still doing fantastically. Back into the Stonksy green background from 2542-ish, which is up nicely, back above 2,600. So yeah, not everything is had major change this week, man, but things are plugging away quite nicely. Hype
doing quite well. What's it? What is 2.2? Hype is chugging away really, really nicely.
Hype has just been, I mean, it's up 2.5x, isn't it, from where it bottomed out at?
Yeah, because we were chatting about this. It wasn't on stream. I think we were chatting, weren't we, in the big dumps when it went down to that sort of $10 range. I was loading up on spot at $10 of that. I thought that was a bit of a gift.
Yeah.
So, which reminds me, actually, I think I've got a position open on one of my hypes that I hope is all right. I shorted Bunk. I thought it looked like it was topping out. And Bonk is just so stable, but it is just clinging on to support for dear life.
Right.
I think Bonk has a run down to come.
Well, I think that across all meme coins, to be honest. I mean, have we actually just seen like a regime shift, or have we just seen like them kind of exit relief pumps across memes? Coffee, how we doing? Great to see you, mate. Thank you for tuning in. I mean, obviously, it depends what the market does, but you've got, if we just go and have a look at the daily chart on them, is this just like actually like a regime shift, or is this the fact that they were just so oversold, it's so easy for them to pump to the upside and then just kind of tail off again? I mean, do you actually see any of these going back to all-time high? I really don't know. Obviously, some are easier to punt than others. Fartcoin. That's not even.
Yeah, Fartcoin's different. Fartcoin's different, I think, because Fartcoin just the strength in Fartcoin is just relentless.
Yeah,
I think the other ones are a little bit more sort of that low float, a little bit of volatility, squeezed out like that. That's not a natural movement.
No, that's what I mean. Like, is this actually like a regime shift, or is this right? We can do, this can just be pumped so easily. And then, trap people again, like people got trapped and just sell into it.
That is a perfect back test as well. If you had a sort of Block Pro back test at that, at the top of that sort of top of that big candle, even a bit. Yeah, so that lower bit there where we sort of see that candle drop off.
Yeah.
That violent candle drop off. A short there would have been pretty impeccable.
Yeah. So
Keen
I don't
out
know.
the
I
same.
mean, yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I don't know what's to come. Obviously, no one does. But I mean, oh, look at this. This is actually going to go to zero, isn't it? Like, this might actually be the first coin that we see going in negative, where exchanges are paying us to take it off the hands. But yeah, I don't know. I'd still kind of undecided on what's to come, but I mean, something like that. I mean, yeah, is this going to go back to all-time high, or is this just a point where you know it's just like right slammed into KSR? I mean, this is just where this zone is here, from like 30 cents to 35 cents. If it clears that, then yeah, you can probably actually talk about, okay, like a push now up to maybe 0.5, maybe even to the highs. But that's just so clear for like a complacency bounce to where it just then goes.
It's the risk and reward as well. If you're looking to buy in there at 35 cents, you're only getting a 2x if it runs to all-time highs. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think that's on everything, though, isn't it? Now, apart from some ones that you could probably still have a punt on and get good reward. We are probably going to get a pullback at some point, so it's kind of that it's that double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's that double-edged sword. If Bitcoin drops into the 90s, then everything is probably going to tank. So it's kind of that double-edged sword in it of like, if you are looking to get in, of just maybe remaining patient if a better opportunity comes. But as it stands, I don't really know what's going to come next. So I'm just waiting for Stonksy. I mean, look at hype.
No, so that's it's just relentless.
Yeah, nearly a 3x on the bottom. What was that? That's up. Oh, Kato's having another go.
Yeah, Kato's good.
That was another great one caught by Stonksy. Pi had a good go as well, didn't it? Pi had a great go. Obviously sold off pretty heavy, but had pretty much a 3x to the top.
Self-chain, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah, self-chain is interesting. That's one that's really yet to get going, isn't it? That's yet to have any sort of major pump and still hanging around its lows. So that's interesting to see, yeah. But I think, like we mentioned before, we're just over a week into this range on Bitcoin. So, surely this time next week we won't be sitting in this same range. We'll have broke high or below.
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I must say, Dave, I've been very out of crypto recently. I've just had spot positions in DCA running with the occasional trade, and it's been quite nice. It's just too choppy, I think, at the minute.
Bitcoin's very choppy. It's pretty much at the exact same point as it was when it was trading in here. So when we was in this point here, as you can see, the chop in this point was just relentless. It was just, fast moves up and down, and then just chopping people out, and then just fast move down, and then V reversal back up, and literally just chopping people to pieces in a range. So this obviously went on for a week or just over. So I think we're pretty much at this point here.
Yeah.
Obviously, just depends on if we're going to break high or below. I'm just going to have to run to the toilet, but I'll be back in literally 1 minute. So I'll leave the chat in your capable hands, mate.
Fantastic.
Well, yeah, get some comments in, see if you want us to look at any altcoins or whatever. Let us know, and we'll get back to it in a second. Yeah,
fire those in if there's anything you wish for me or Dave to have a look at and run an eye over. I'm just going to drink a coffee.
Right.
Here he is. He's back.
I'm back. I tell you what, it is lovely out there, isn't it?
I know. I'm.
Are you getting up
I'm
to much
ready.
this weekend?
I've got a lot of stuff to get. I've got a lot of stuff to get done. I think sort of coming back after 2 weeks, there's a lot of just admin-y stuff. I've got some videos to film. I've got some trading to do. I've got some charts to mark up. So yeah, probably one of those. But yeah, go outside and get some air and see some of the boys. How about yourself?
Yeah, probably just the same. Nice enjoying the weather. I'm actually off Monday and Tuesday this week. Well, this
Nice.
coming week. So there will be no stream then, unfortunately, everyone. I know it's probably going to ruin your whole day, but yeah, there won't be any stream, unfortunately, on Monday or Tuesday.
Nice.
But
What are the odds that Monday or Tuesday we see massive mega market
probably.
move?
That will probably be, yeah, that will probably definitely happen. So, yeah, I kind of expect it to, especially with the way Bitcoin's going into this weekend as well, just in this range, just boring.
It's just got to do something, hasn't it?
With Coinbase outside top 200 on App Store. That follows on to his next one. But SMFC says, how's eToro? Let's see.
Ooh.
Let's see how eToro actually did yesterday.
I've not taken any positions in eToro.
So it is up slightly. Well, it's at pretty much where it closed yesterday, bar 30 cents.
Yeah.
But yesterday it did. So it opened. Is that yesterday? Yeah. So it opened pretty down yesterday. It went all the way down to 6. So it was down near 10% at one point from the day before. But it had a big rally at the end of the day, and it's obviously opening higher. Tell you what, did have a bad day yesterday's Weeble. Weeble was down nearly 9%, and I'm probably
I don't think people use these.
No, I mean Robinhood's the big one in the US. Robinhood's the big one. Weeble, I remember Weeble did have a big push in 2021. I remember loads of these YouTube finance guys was all sponsored by Weeble and stuff. I think people do use eToro though, don't they?
Yeah, I know a few people that use eToro. I think we're getting to a really, really interesting. This is, I think, for me, where Web 3 and Web 2 are really gonna hit loggerheads, because I think once you sort of see more of the move from these web, because most of the so eToro's results, a lot of their money and revenues come from crypto exchange, as the Revolut. And I think because they've got like, to be fair, I don't think Revolut has one, but you're starting to see some of these financial institutions that are more traditional focused, that potentially have banking licenses, and how they potentially merge into this crypto environment. But then also on the other side, are there any of these Web3 apps that move into consumer hands?
Yeah, I do. I think it is really interesting, isn't it? It is really interesting because, for a lot of people, it probably is just so much easier to maybe buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff on things they feel comfortable in. I mean, even for relatively quote unquote safe exchanges, if you're looking at the ones that are public, which I think there's only Coinbase, isn't there, that are public exchange, I think. Even then you hear stories, don't you, of people's accounts just randomly getting locked, or just having terrible experiences with whether it be the documentation or whatever. You know, I
Yeah,
think there was a guy in, I think it was Pappy, saying that, you know, after years of using Swissborg, randomly they just stopped his features because they want to review all his documents again. You know, there's no heads up or nothing. It's like kind of like, right, give us all this now.
That's the thing. As they sort of move more towards the banking world, it's that regulation layer comes up. But then you also think on that, like, where's the role that it? Because Ledger, I think, will be an interesting one. Obviously, with the Ledger app and stuff like that, is Ledger potentially then comes into that sort of banking type sector, as does Tangam. Someone's at my door. 1 second.
Yeah, go on, mate. But obviously that ties into BLOFIN, because if you don't want to have any of these issues, you simply sign up for a non-KYC account on BLOFIN. So do click the first link in the description, or I've popped it in the chat there for the Stonksy link, and do sign up to BLOFIN. Like I mentioned, it is non-KYC, so you sign up with just an email and then you're in. There's no complications or anything. And you can obviously trade, as you wish, without having to worry about any of that. So do sign up today. But you said, Crypto Bro says, do you think, afternoon Loki, how we doing, mate? Do you think we ever see retail come back? I think it's pretty crazy, and I think, so I've got an interesting point on this, but I think my personal opinion is, like, one, I think a lot of people have just been completely ground up, haven't they, with just a sheer difference in this cycle compared to last, in terms of altcoin returns, and obviously, you know, the number of altcoins, obviously the whole casino side of it with meme coins and stuff like that. There's been a lot more of an opportunity to lose your money this cycle than there was last. So that's my first point. And I think my second point is there's just kind of no, like, euphoria or excitement, is there? Like, I don't kind of, I don't know, I don't know what will bring kind of that feeling back. So I think it's interesting, but I don't know. I think maybe people are just kind of scarred up a bit, potentially, or what. I really don't know. But I think the last
retail.
Yeah, so Crypto Bro says, do you think retail will ever come back? And I think
I think they will. But I think retail's impact on this will be minimal. I think this is
it won't be like last cycle. I think
it's going to be institutional.
I think potentially, and maybe this is something for you to look at, SMFC, for a news story or something, but I think last cycle is probably the biggest crypto bubble we'll ever see. When you look back on it now, I don't think anything will ever compare to that. When you look at, you know, the pump on altcoins that we got, as in terms of a whole cycle, you know, a 20x on Bitcoin from the lows, but then the transition into other areas, the fact that monkey JPEGs were going for $500,000, and, you know, you just had this insane money flow out of, you know, altcoins into NFTs. I think the last cycle is probably, when you look at it now, it's probably the biggest bubble that we'll ever probably see in crypto. I think now it's just a Bitcoin bubble, innit? It's not necessarily an altcoin bubble. It's just Bitcoin, until, you know, maybe we get a bigger influx into altcoins. But I mean, will we ever see something like, you know, NFTs going back to $500,000 like they did last time? I mean, that is just absolutely nutty, isn't it, when you think about it now?
It's crazy. I love the way you're chucking that onto SMFC's pile, as if he's not got a big enough pile to
Oh no, he has, yeah. Oh no, he's got a big enough pile, but I think I think it is an interesting discussion. I mean, maybe it's just an idea for an article or something, I don't know, but it's like just the idea of, like, will we ever see anything like that again? Which, I mean, that's obviously where, you know, the most money came in, weren't it? Where, like you said, I don't think that type of money would be able to have that much of an impact now. No,
and institutional money moves a lot smarter. I think one of the things that I've seen is, so one of Wintermute's biggest revenue driving areas now is institutional OTC, and I think a lot of a lot of the institutions will use a market maker like Wintermute to buy their OTC, and the impact this will have on the prices. I think Wintermute, people like Wintermute, etc., can capitalize on a lot of the chop to really get efficient stockpiles to then sell OTC. And I think that's probably what we've been seeing with a lot of these manipulated moves.
Yeah. For anyone interested, I've just noticed a 3-drive pattern on Aave. So, yeah, potentially that's a short opportunity there. I would put my stop.
What's comp doing?
I would put my
'Cause I know
stop.
the comp.
Yeah, we'll have a look now. I
Yeah.
mean, another great catch by Stonksy on the long side, but I would put my stop above the wick somewhere. Maybe give yourself a bit of room. But, I mean, as far as a risk-reward goes, that is a 3-drive pattern, I think, in my opinion anyway. 1, 2, 3. And then that typically is the, you get... Oh, hang on. We'll get some sort of drive below the trend line to take liquidity. So I would probably be looking for a drive into here, maybe even there below this trend line. So something to keep an eye out on. I think Aave is having a real good time of it though, innit? I think with users and DVL and stuff. So maybe something to be wary on. But I tell you what is doing well, mate. Is Burger. Look at Burger go.
I know.
Yeah,
did you price them up?
I did, yeah. I think it was at like 8.5, I think.
Yeah. It's moving well, isn't it?
It's moving suspiciously.
I mean, it moves like it's being accumulated, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But yes, please do drop a like on the stream if you haven't already. Oh, and just like that, we have got the US market open.
Ooh. This gonna sustain.
So there we go. We are open for the US market.
Ooh, it's a bit.
Bell, mate. Yeah, there we go. But let me know in the chat what you would like us to cover, what you would like us to go over.
Oh, that is rallying.
What is?
So what am I looking at? So CoreWeave. I've been banging on about this. When it pulled back into that $30 CR. Yeah, that's it. No, ticker is CRWV. They're because I think it was announced yesterday that Nvidia bought a 7% stake in it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
But this is so if you went in middle of April in the Trump dump, you could have bought this around $35.
Yeah,
you'd 2x in a couple of weeks.
That is very nice, isn't it?
So I will be looking to take profits on that at some point.
Nice one on Stonksy there as well on the 1 hour.
What else have we got?
41.
A lot of my stocks haven't moved particularly. RGTI, that manic one that I said that I threw in SWC, that's up 6.5. These things are just like ridiculous. These things move genuinely more than altcoins.
Yeah.
like if you're trying to trade that, you're just gonna get stopped out. And it's fun to try. The thing with this sort of stuff though is you can trade this spot like unleveraged and still do quite well. You can you can take 5% a day on a position on it. It's what have I got in terms of altcoins? Have I got anything on my list that is rallying? Peak's up nicely. That's up 5.
Let's put that in. I've just put that in the Discord in trader tips about Aave.
That's it. Yeah. Peak's having a good day.
I think I've got Peak on here somewhere.
Yeah, I posted another reason to join the Discord is I posted a chart about this when I took the position. Took a really nice profits up at 19 cents, and I had a line drawn on the chart I sent, which it bounced off pretty much to the dollar.
Oh.
I had a level at 13.38, and it wicked to 13.21.
Oh yes.
And then had a lovely bounce off. But that respected such a strong level.
Oh yeah. And Stonksy caught it beautifully to the upside, and then obviously into the red to the downside as well. So another great example of one way and then the other by Stonksy. This on the 1 hour chart. So perfectly traded both ways there. Crypto Bro says, which market open do you think is the best to trade Bitcoin? Well, we only
Dave's
get
going to say US because that's the one he does.
No, to be honest, yeah, US is but the US is kind of good, kind of later on into the session, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if we look at, say, 9 o'clock today, or well, yesterday.
I like the final 2 hours on a Friday. I find those really interesting because you tend to get quite a lot of the traditional markets as well. It's interesting because you're seeing a bit less of it now, but you typically saw that you went through a phase where it was very bullish Fridays, and then you got to a point where it would be bullish all Friday, and then if it was bullish on Friday, you'd see a sell-off in the last 2 hours as people didn't want to hold over the weekend in case Mr. Donald decided to shake up the world order, so to speak.
Yeah, I think it definitely is Asia and the US top two. Asia and the US are definitely better than London, without a doubt.
It's just hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a case of, I suppose, where you are in the world. Like, it's not possible for us to get Asian. Unless, I suppose we could stay up for it, but you wouldn't be able to get the full session without just ruining your sleeping pattern. Like, you could definitely get the open, the first hour or two.
Everyone put in the chat if you want Dave to start streaming during the Asian Open.
Not a chance. Not a chance. I forgot to even do the poll today, actually. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot to do the poll. But yeah, don't put that in the chat because not a chat. No, what time does Asian market open? Like 11 o'clock our time or something? I think
it's the late one.
11, 12 o'clock. Yeah, no way. But we are moving on Bitcoin. We are moving. Two nice solid minutely candles there, and we are pushing back up.
I've got to drop now, Dave, but it's been a pleasure.
It's been great to catch up, mate. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I tell you, we'll have to do something over the summer. But for those of you, obviously, looking for something this year, make sure that you all get to Zebu in October. It'd be great to see everyone there. And it seems like a long way away, but it's not really. Like, we're 5 months into this year now. It's only another 5 months.
Fairly quickly.
Yeah, it's only another 5 months, isn't it?
Yeah, because everything goes quiet over summer. Everyone will go away on their summer holidays and whatnot. Yeah. Come back September, hopefully nice bullish month into October. Zebu.
Late October this year, isn't it? So.
Yeah, should be fun. It's always fun, and you might even get to see Dave without his outfit.
Oh yeah, I won't be walking.
Or are you going to wear the outfit? I think you should.
Can't walk around like this in London. I'll get bloody attacked.
Everyone in the chat, should Dave go to Zebu dressed like that?
I'll either get locked up or attacked wearing this. Man, look, there'd be one of the two, wouldn't it?
The B makes it very conspicuous.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, all the best, and I'll catch you later, Dave.
Yeah. See you later, mate. Have a good weekend. Thanks for joining.
You too, mate. Bye.
Bye. And there we go. The Wizard of Alt. Big thanks to Wiz. Let's just drop him a message. What do you guys think of using hiking ashy candles uses for and against? That's the one. Is that the Are they the candles where you just follow it for as long as the same candles appear? So, for instance, like here, you would obviously enter upon the green candle, then you trade it to that one, and then as soon as that closed red, you would exit the trade, and then same for the downside. So here, obviously, that's a good run of. Oh, that didn't close green, did it? So here, you've got obviously a run of 4 red candles. We've got, a run of couple green, red. Is that right? Short video guru says too soft. Behave. But let me know in the chat what you'd like me to cover. What shall we move on to next? You guys let me know, and I shall do. Oh, we're getting a nice push back up now, aren't we? We're getting a lovely push back up. Right, what should we move on to next? You guys let me know. Right. We've got Japanese style candles. More smooth bull. Yeah, I don't know, mate. To be honest, I'm not sure the best way to trade them. Sol says Nick. Yeah, okay, Nick. We'll have a look at Sol. Nick, is your trade still open? Sol says cryptogenic. So yeah, big. Oh yeah, there we go. Still have the short open on Sol. Just finished in Blackpool and on the way to Liverpool Lime Street. The boots there is complaining about no heating. No idea why in this. I know, yeah. Don't need the heating on for this weather, do they? Let's have a look at Sol. Let's see on the 1 hour. We got much? Not really. We've had a couple of choppy actions on Sol. But we obviously did come and retest this region, didn't we? Which is proving to be support for Sol. So right into the current, that was the current, the current weekly low. I mean, this area for me is still key. How do we shorten this up? Let's pull that in there so I can actually adjust it. I mean, there's kind of the region I like is the 180 region, where we first rejected again, and then got over, and then deviated back below, and then obviously sold off. I mean, I'm unsure, mate, because obviously your trade is great, isn't it? Your trade is great. You got a great entry up here, and from what you posted into the Discord, your P&L was great down here. Now, I think obviously what we can just tell from the 1 hour chart is that this is obviously clear SR. It was used as resistance by the price, and then we sold off, came back up, bang, rejected, and then we've rejected off it again. So I don't know, maybe potentially this 174 level is, particularly this week anyway, is quite key. If we get above here, does it maybe start squeezing up to this level here, where again, resistance, sell off, which would be 177. Or, for the time being, is this kind of just the range, the low time frame range for Sol? So could we, trade back down to 166? We want to see a break below 166 pretty much for obviously is what you want to see in it, mate. Nick, you want to see a break below there to obviously carry on the profits and break below the local range, which would then open up the door to potentially retrace back down towards, you know, the 160, maybe even into the 50s, 150s. But yeah, for now, I think, I mean, this just with the price action around here, I would probably estimate that, yeah, this 174 level looks like the level of pivot on the low time frame anyway. But the S&P is selling off, which potentially, I mean, is that going to lead into a Bitcoin sell-off? Arb. Hi, Nick. How are we doing? Great to see you, mate. Thank you for joining. If you haven't already, please do drop a like on the stream and subscribe. And if you're looking to trade anything today, do make sure you sign up to BLOFIN. First link in the description, and I've just put it in the chat as well. Create your non-KYC account, and you get yourself some great welcome bonuses as well with the Stonksy link. So do take advantage of that. Arb, yeah, let's have a look at Arb. Let's take a look. Oh, what a call. What a call by Stonksy there. Look at that. You don't really get much better than that, do you? For those of you still wondering, should you get Stonksy and why? I mean, look at that. I mean, we saw this obviously on a few things we've covered today. But what a conversion. I mean, 45% up from open till where the hourly closed. Obviously, it did go higher into the 50s. But that's from open till close. And then from where we opened the red background to where we are now, we caught 10% to the downside. And obviously still open on the red too. That is just an incredible, isn't it? One way and then, okay, close, flip the other way, bang, and then profit again. So if you are wondering why you should get Stonksy, I mean, this alone would pay for, I think, regardless of what trading size you're using, definitely for your monthly plan, maybe even your annual or lifetime. If you are trading with size, you know, that would get you a nice juicy amount, and that is in just over a week. So yeah, I mean, if we look at the, you know, we'll move to the 1 day and look at where ARB's come into, you can see ARB pretty much traded right into key SR, didn't it? Well, key resistance. It's not yet to be tested as support, but as you can see here, price capped here, you know, firstly here, and then bang, 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 sell off, and price came right up to it here. So you can see why ARB sell off. It approached key resistance. What you would want is you would want to see price regain this. Simple as that. Literally one line to rule them all for ARB. One line to rule them all. You want to reclaim 51.26, you know, give or take half a cent or however you draw it. But you want to regain this for a daily close. You want it to hold support on the low time frame, and then start shooting up probably into here where supply came in and the price sold off, is what I'd be looking at, maybe even up to here. So that's what I would be looking at if I was looking at ARB. But yeah, we would want to see, you know, strength come in. We'd want to see Stonksy go long again on the hourly and definitely break this level here. So that is what I'd be thinking on ARB. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps, my good friend. What are we looking at next? Reggie, man, how we doing, mate? Great to see you, Reg. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream, though. Right. let's move on to something else, shall we? But I'm good, thank you, Regiman. How are you, mate? What is your opinion on the empty money supply theory that when to liquidity goes up, so does Bitcoin? I mean, it's a good, obviously, I think it's followed it for a long time, hasn't it, and stuff like that. But for me, nothing will ever overcome simply just looking at momentum and SR. So nothing for me in terms of looking at, external factors such as, like your M2, your halving, whatever it is. Nothing will overcome just simply just looking at the chart. What is the chart telling you? What's showing on the chart with Stonksy and SR? And I think that's it. But I mean, yeah, obviously it's followed it for a long time, so you could base a theory around that. But personally, I would rather just focus on what the chart is saying and what Stonksy is showing. As Ross would say, pivot. Sui local resistance at 395. What are your thoughts? Just dropped in, been in back to back, so unable to make most of today or yesterday. Light though. Thank you, mate. Yeah, thanks for that. Says Discipline. No, thank you for joining, and thank you for anyone else. And do make sure, obviously, if you like what you see today, and obviously, you should like the look of Stonksy for giving trades like this. You get full indicator access, access to the Discord server, and you get whitelisted for the trading bots. 20% off your first month. Second link in the description, and then it's called BOT20. That's in the description, but it's here as well at the top. Click the monthly option here, and then put the code in at checkout to get you 20% off your first month, and come and try it out. It'd be great to see you over. What was you wanting? Sui, wasn't it? Yes, Sui. So you're saying local resistance 395. For me, the biggest resistance is this 411 because it's on the daily. You can see the confluence with this daily behavior here, with this daily behavior, and then obviously we've had the wicks to the upside. But I think, that 411 for on the daily is where I'm probably most interested in. And then obviously you've got to clear the peak without making it just a liquidity clearance. So that's what I think anyway. But in terms of you on about this? Oh, sorry, Reggie. I was looking at it as a whole. Yeah, you're on about this, aren't you, for this week? Yeah, for this week, not going into last week. Yeah, here. You are right, mate. So what was you saying about it? What are your thoughts? Yeah, so two things. I think, firstly, obviously this is key resistance. So if it's going to clear it and hold above, then, yeah, probably then trade into the daily resistance. Secondly, obviously, there's probably building liquidity above here. So above, obviously, every time it smashes above and drops below and rejects, obviously, there's probably liquidity building here. So it also looks prime for, even if Sui isn't going to squeeze again, it could just simply push up, clear all these wicks and all these highs, maybe even into $4, maybe above. And then if it is nothing more than a liquidity grab, then obviously it would drop back below and then, yeah, trade to the downside. So, yeah, two thoughts there potentially. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking and what it looks like to me anyway. So either of them two scenarios. I also have inverse head and shoulders on that time frame. Yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, there's your shoulder, there's your head, there's your second shoulder, and there's the neckline, which just off the naked eye looks like it would take you into this daily resistance pretty much. So yeah, pretty interesting level. Crypto Nate says Capo is full hedge. We need to shake him. Which way? Right. He's short. I'll be honest. I haven't heard the name Capo in ages. I haven't heard the name Capo in so long. Oh, yeah, I mean, I really don't know with OM. I don't know. I mean, it's holding here quite well, isn't it? After selling off again. And it came back to test here. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's holding there, isn't it, quite well? You just... the problem is, and this could go on for a while, is it's time-based capitulation, Reg. So it's time-based capitulation where people just fire any pump that they get. Anyone looking to sell will sell. So when you get stuff like this is why you get the drawdown, because people are seeing it as an exit. So what you need is, and it just takes time, is for them sellers and the people that want to get out to have got out. And then after that, then obviously buying pressure isn't then sold into, which is probably why we're seeing these spikes. Is just like, one, obviously just the clearance of short liquidity, but then two is to then give something people to sell into without giving them too high of a price, because obviously now it's back down to where it pumped pretty much, with a lot of people probably have gotten out. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think risk reward still looks good long term. You just obviously, yeah, it's just obviously more of a bit of a gamble in it than anything else. He's been hiding this year. Oh, he's been hitting this year, has he? I don't know, to be honest. I've not really heard much from him, much about him since like 2022. I've not really seen many people mentioning him or anything at all along them lines. But do make sure, if you haven't already, please do drop a like and subscribe. We are at 22 likes, which is good. Obviously more than the viewers. So that is great to see. And yeah, let me know what you're doing on the weekend as well. Let me know what you're getting up to over the weekend. It would be great to know. Bitcoin's having a push to the upside. What else have we got? What got ETH doing? ETH's not doing much. Sol is pushing back up. Yeah, so not a whole lot. That is a juicy candle on the 1 hour. And the S&P, yeah. So the S&P is getting absorption on the after open. So that's tying into giving Bitcoin a push. No doubt. Boom and whiff. Whiff. 14% up today, which is very nice. I mean, yeah, whiff's interesting. Whiff's interesting because, I mean, it's had a solid move, obviously, off the lows, hasn't it, at 4x. I think could potentially see whiff trade up towards 187 before a sell-off. Maybe. Just maybe. I don't know. I'm still undecided. I don't know. But it might take it more time than obviously we've had this push up. But I think maybe we could trade up to here, which then I think would be kind of the point to get out, potentially, depending on what the market's looking like. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm looking at on whiff. I don't think there's really too much else. We want Stonksy to go green again after capturing all this move. So Stonksy got fantastic. It's like 120%, I think. Obviously, this current red background, 105 it was in the end. This current red background is back to entry, so that will likely probably close soon if the momentum carries on. Book of Meme. Where is Book of Meme? I don't know if I've got it on here. I don't think I have. It's another one in it. 2%, was it 2-3x, something like that, to the higher 125%, which is just over 2x. 66% from where it opened to where Stonksy closed, which is great. I mean, and again, if we look at say the daily, it's kind of a very similar structure to whiff, isn't it? Apart from potentially Book of Meme is lagging. But, I mean, if by any chance it gets up towards here, that is key SR there. See right across there. So, again, I mean, if it manages to get up to that point, one, it'll be just a superb move off the bottom. But two, that's probably the warning signs to go, caution, apply caution, trading it upwards. Is my thought. So let's have a look at Radium, but we'll watch out for Stonksy. I mean, what a trade down that is on the daily by Stonksy there. Let's take a look at Ray anyway before we do the closing up. Where is Ray? I mean, Radium is obviously just grinding higher because of what Radium have done as well. So they've obviously implemented their own kind of pump fund thing, haven't they? And I think revenue is a portion of revenue is going towards burning tokens, isn't it, or buying back tokens or something. So I think there's probably like a consistent buying pressure on Radium, from what I understand anyway, if that's correct, which I think it is. Let's just wait for Stonksy to load. I know it was in the green. I don't know if it still is. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so it was in the red. So it came out the green into the red and then back into the green, which is up slightly. But yeah, I think the key thing for this is obviously from where price was last time. It's not. So this was when I think Pump Fund released their own decks, and then obviously Radium come back with their own Pump Fund kind of thing, didn't it? But as you can see, just clear test of SR there. So that was a great test. I would be interested in when price comes into here to see the reaction, because that's obviously where supply came in on the daily. So that's that first test. And then if it does actually get all the way up to then here too. So I think two key areas to watch Ray on if you're looking for, areas to potentially take profit or short even. This one here, definitely, because that's where supply came in. But then, or if it clears that, then the actual origin of supply, which was up here. But for now, it's obviously riding an uptrend. It's got, I'm guessing, good feeling about it, good momentum. And of course, Stonksy is back green. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Did you have a look at the... No, not yet, mate. I haven't had a chance, but I will probably look at it over the weekend. Yeah, I'll probably take a look over the weekend. But yeah, big thank you to everyone that's joined today. It's been a great stream. Please do drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. And of course, do click the Stonksy BLOFIN link. First link in the description, and I'll put it in the chat. And of course, make sure you sign up to Stonksy. Get your 20% off. Second link in the description with the code BOT20. The monthly plan, and then you do get access to everything, indicated Discord server and bots, and you're of course just on a monthly rolling plan, so you can stay with us as long as you want, but you will ultimately want to stay, that's for sure. But yeah, big thank you for today, and obviously, this week, Ivalo says, did Bitcoin turn red? On what time frame? The hourly? It's chopping around a lot because we're in this choppy range here. This is really, really, but it did for an hour and then came out of it. So, yeah, it's caught some nice trade. Obviously, this was a nice push up here. This was a nice, tiny, short-lived drop down. This was a nice drop down. But yeah, there's quite a bit of chop going on in this range. So it's, yeah, we'll hopefully get a resolution anyway into next week of a break up or breakdown. But yeah, big thank you for tuning in today. Hope you enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you all Sunday evening for the Sunday evening stream I do. And then after that, I'll be back on Wednesday because I'm off on Monday and Tuesday. So ciao for now. Enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.